Yo guys, what is going on? Blobs back, and welcome back to another episode of Top Drives. Now, for the past afternoon, or for the better half of today, I've been staring at the news tab on the Top Drive server, or just on my own server, which is the same thing. We got our own news tab there too. Staring at the news tab, and I was like, okay, I'm waiting for news, okay? What news specifically am I waiting for? The car rarity changes for the legendaries and the epics. I really want to make more videos around that. I really want to know how my garage is going to change, because there are some pretty big leaks, right? As in, more four-wheel drive cars are going to go down in RQ, which I think is very interesting. So let's talk about the upcoming prize car, Lamborghini Countach, and I'll tell you why this makes sense. So they leaked photos of, well, they didn't leak, but they already showcased the new RQ systems with the cars coming out. Lamborghini Countach LP1, although it's 95 in the game right now, it is going to be 92 when that car correction change comes out for the Legends and the Epics. And that is a huge indicator, because not only is the Lamborghini Countach going from 95 to 92, but that also means that all cars that kind of have four-wheel drive but also has statistics like this are probably all going to jump down to 92 RQ as well. So, you know, another way that I can look at it is I go into all cars and I go into, like, I guess four-wheel drive, and we can have a look at all the cars that are actually going down in RQ, which is quite interesting. So we go into car attributes, we go four-wheel drive, we go like maybe performance and slick maybe, and then let's go around 95. Let's go find where the Countach is right now, because we can see what else around it is going to fall. 2790, 2790, so we can expect the Aventador SV to go down to 92. Now, as someone that owns this car fully upgraded, this is a huge win. I feel like 95 is way too high of an RQ for it to use, and for this to be a 92 RQ car, I'm gonna save 3 RQ, that's huge. That's honestly huge. So, you know, maybe the Aventador SV is going to go down, right? Countach probably going to go down. Probably all these four-wheel drive cars are probably going to go down. Things like the Roof RT12 as well. And of course, I mean, this should go down by more than 92. 95 on this thing is just absurd. Interesting one though. Put your bets in the comments below. Bentley EXP 100 GT. Although it's four-wheel drive performance, is it going to go down in RQ or is it going to shoot up? Because it is a dragster after all. Look, I think 94, you know, maybe even 95 is a decent place to put it. If they're shooting all the dragsters up, and the EXP definitely is more of the dragster type, if that goes up to like 99, 98, I mean, that is just, I'm gonna find that very, very hard to believe. And how would you constitute the RT12? Would you say that this is more of a dragster kind of car, or would you say that it's more of like a twisty kind of car? Because the MRE on this thing, I remember, I think is pretty good, like in the 90s for, you know, for a four-wheel drive performance tire car. It's on the higher side. Handling's pretty bad as well. Yeah, I don't know. I really hope that drops. I don't think that is a good car in the slightest. But anyway, I was waiting for the car correction changes. I wanted to see what other changes might be coming into the game. But the only thing that showed up in news were the requirements for the next Tri-Series prize. And that brings me back to the Lamborghini Countach. So this is our next Tri-Series prize car. And honestly, it's pretty cool. You know, I don't think it'll be a useful car in Top Drives. Think about it this way. Almost exactly identical to the Aventador SV. Same 0 to 60, same handling, same RQ. Yes, the Countach is slightly higher top speed, and we don't know what the MRA difference are between these two cars. That being said, I mean, I don't think, even if I win the Countach, if I don't win the Countach, it's not going to make that much of a difference for me. Because like I said earlier, I have the Lamborghini Aventador fully upgraded. So if I actually needed to use a Lamborghini, I'd probably be using the Aventador SV. I mean, obviously, like, they could limit it to, like, 2021 or whatever that Countach year is. But anyway, I do want to talk about the Tri-Series final, because the requirements have already been released, and I do think it's quite interesting. It's a Tri-Series requirement which I've wanted in the game for quite some time, but I didn't know how Hutch was going to spin it. And I think this was a pretty smart way of executing this. So they simply just said countries with less than 50 cars, 50 models. So if anyone is wondering what the Tri-Series final looks like, what the carpool is going to look like, basically just go to your garage, click all cars, and anything that you see here that has a smaller number than 50. Also, another thing we need to do is collections and tags, non-prize, right? Look at that non-prize, and then we go back into country. Anything that has a smaller number than 50 is going to be in the final. So we're talking China, Holland, Brazil, Malaysia, Australia, Denmark, UAE, New Zealand, South Africa, Croatia. Oh, that's gonna be crazy. Argentina, Mexico, and Switzerland. So it's not even rest of the world at this point, right? It's not even a rest of the world tag. It's just a less than 50 tag. One for the underdogs, I guess. So if you click OK, I mean, dude, seriously, like, this is gonna be a pretty insane car pull. It's gonna be a pretty insane pack. As far as legendaries are concerned, this is the business end. We're talking big MRA numbers, low 0 to 60s, big handling numbers, specialists. Yeah, this was a pretty smart way to make people open packs. I'll tell you that much. This is the prize, the car pull, right? So I would say that the prize car is a little bit underwhelming, but the pack is one that you probably want to open. But the thing is, right? The thing is, especially for these Zenvos, they kind of are like, you know, if I were going to do a tier list video, it's kind of like, they fall under require a special tag challenge, and the special tag is this. You know, they're getting their own little special requirement for this Tri-Series final. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I can't think of any other final where all these Zenvos will be seen as quote-unquote key. You know, most recently we had the final where we had to use the Porsche Panamera again, right? The Panamera that I used to win the Viper, same Panamera that helped me win the Automobili Pininfarina and the Mazda RT24P. You know, so there are some cars that are just going to keep coming back and back and back and back. But the things with the Zenvos, I really can't see any other world where the Zenvos might actually be very useful in. You know, if you guys purchased, remember that $250 US offer that Hutch had the audacity to release to you guys. If anyone actually purchased that $250 offer, that genuinely is the definition of pay to win, because one of the packs that were given out in that special area for that $250 offer, I believe was like a Danish carbon fiber, a Danish legendary carbon fiber, which was basically just get a Zenvo. You know, you could get a Zenvo. So if you did purchase the Christmas, you know, super pass, whatever you want to call it, you actually have a helping hand in this upcoming final, because you probably would have had a Zenvo already. So legendary account's pretty good. Epics, I mean, high end, you're seeing cars that honestly I never thought I'd be using. The Donkavort D8270, we'll talk about that in a bit. Peking in the Paris, which I will forever call it by its original name. This has won me a prize card before, so shout out to that. C8 Preliators won me a prize card before. Zagato has won me a prize card very early on in European Revolution, right? But yeah, some of these spikers, dude, you know what would be evil? In the prelims, they always give out epics. It would be so evil if the epic that they gave out was one of these, the Spiker C8 or the Spiker Labulé. I had two of these donks, by the way. I fused them both away because I never thought I thought that I was never going to use them again, and I'm not going to. This isn't going to win me a Tri-Series, right? I mean, like, I have all these other donks as well, and I don't think they might win me the Tri-Series. If everyone is a legend, then my hand's not good enough. Now, one thing I can see a lot of people being angry about, though, is because the legendaries are so good, I foresee a lot of players opening the packs. And if a lot of players are opening the packs, I can foresee a lot of complaints. I'm going to see a lot of posts on Facebook, on Discord, of people saying, oh my god, I'm just getting the same ultra rare over and over and over. I can see it already. You might open like, you know, 10 packs and you just get like 5 Bufori Geneva 6.4s. The thing is, I find those complaints very stupid. I mean, look, dude, this is a pack with 8 ultra rares. The odds are not in your favor. You are going to get a lot of repeats of ultra rares if you're not lucky with the drop rates, right? Like if you just get the ultra rare drop rates all the time, chances are you are going to get a multiple Genevas. You're going to get a multiple D10s. It doesn't matter. Everyone is a different car. You might be dropping 10 D8 Z-Techs, and I might be dropping 10 Rampages, but it's just all the same. I mean, there are only 8 ultra rares that you can get, so if you plan to open this pack, do not like expect diversity, okay? Like, you're gonna get a lot of the same stuff. There's also a lot of low-end epics here, which kind of suck. I would say that every epic here is useless, bar the C8's pretty cool, and then like the Peking's pretty cool, and then anything from this D8 and above are just fantastic, I would say. Even the Preliator Spider isn't that great. But yeah, I want to get back to my point on the Donkavort D8270. Like I said, I'm kind of, it's a breath of fresh air that this is a Tri-Series final requirement in my opinion, because these are the cars that never get any use. I unpacked this car a long time ago. How old is this? One is older than the 1,145 days. This one, I think I won in the Tri-Series, 617. So yeah, I've won this 1,000. I think I remember exactly when I unpacked this. 10 million opening, end of the year opening, like New Year's birthday, 2021. I'm pretty sure. And this was like 2 weeks before I traveled to London. If you remember that, we had a massive stream. There was like Reese, Sleepy, a lot of OGs. We did a 10 mil opening. I pulled 2 legendaries that winter, right? I pulled the BMW 640 or whatever it is. Now it's an epic, and I also pulled one of the M5s. So I pulled 2 BMW Legends that 10 mil opening, and I pulled this epic as well. And since then I was like, wow, this is a great car. I can't wait to use it. Never got the chance. Well, you know what? Honestly speaking, I don't think that I'm going to be using it in the final as well anyway. But yeah, 10 total races, 1,145 days. Why is this staying? Honestly, I don't know. I don't use these cars anymore. This one's stock. Yeah, 0 races. This one got a lot of races early on because I got this really early on European Revolution. The second one over here, 0 races. I want to say 0 races over 2 years old, or well, no, almost 2 years old. I can see my final hand shaping up already. Probably gonna be, you know, King Donk, a pair of King Donk. We got Prince Donk over here as well, and maybe 2 KTM XBRRs, and that's about it. That's probably what I'm going to be using. If you want to speculate what cars are going to be good for the final, let me show you real quick. Okay, so have a look at this. I see a lot of people talking about how this might be a Zenvo final. I find that a little bit hard to believe because although the Zenvos are good, all their MRs are great, they are being compared against the Rimac and the Hyundai. In all the twisty scenarios, the Hyundai is the best. Let's go other kind of twisty, so car park, G-force, all that kind of stuff. Hyundai, again, the best. This is a Tri-Series that we're speculating for. RQ limit probably going to be high. It's going to allow you to use the Hyundai and the Rimac if you have it. Moving on to drags, it's the same story. I guess if they add a test bowl on every track, then having like the TSR GT would be really good. But even if you had the other Zenvos, like the well, I guess like the TSR-S or the TSR, they're still going to be losing to the Rimac anyway. Rimac is the better dragster, so, and obviously if you're going to put these cars in the wet, I mean, it's the same story. The Remac's 4-wheel drive, the Zenvos aren't. When it comes to the twisty stuff, this is slick, right? So yeah, it's going to be the Rimac again. So I know a lot of people that own the Rimac, you know, I know some people own it fully upgraded. I mean, freaking Leo. PG Leo, this is a player that has quit the game more than 3 years or something like that. He's got 2 of these cars fully upgraded. Essentially, you know, we don't know what the tracks is going to be yet, but I'm pretty sure the Remac's going to be useful. You know, like, hypothetically, Leo, who has quit the game 3 years ago, could come back and win this prize car. I'm not even joking, because he has a couple of these Remacs. That's going to be how key it is. Because even though all these Zenvos were added after Leo had quit, the Rimac is still the best car. Like, this is what I mean when, you know, when I review a car, review a pack, and I talk about a car either withstanding the test of time or failing to withstand the test of time. The Rimac is one of those scenarios where it has withstood the test of time. It's been in the game longer than the Zenvos. They added all the Zenvos in, but the Rimac is still on top, which is insane. So yeah, for all the twisty stuff, Hyundai would be great. For all the drag stuff, you know, the Rimac Concept 1 is going to be fantastic. I mean, freaking Ben's free-to-play second account has a Rimac Concept 1, and he's going to probably finish in a pretty high tier just because he has that one car that maybe other players may not be able to get. So, yeah. Pros and cons, right? Really good packs to open, some really good legendaries that you can pull, but when push comes to shove, it's still like, it looks like it's going to be a 2 legendary update. So, a 2 legendary Tri-Series. So, let me know down in the comments below. I mean, not everyone's going to have a Rimac Concept 1. You know, maybe having a Zenvo is still going to be really good. It's going to be better than if you had a Donk. Like, in my situation, I'm screwed for basically any and every drag, because the only cars that I'm using to my disposal right now are a pair of D8 GTOs, as well as, well, a pair of D8 GTO RSs and a D8 GTO. Yes, they've got some upgrades into them, but, you know, for any kind of drag, I'm basically screwed. I mean, like, how screwed am I actually? Let me hit Alt over here. I mean, it's not too bad. On a 1 mile, I lose 64 points, I guess, to the Rimac. I mean, it's not too bad. Well, actually, it was a 1 mile drag, yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to rate these numbers, actually, so I might be completely wrong. But yeah, some pretty crazy stuff. Honestly, some crazy stuff. Is it because I'm holding it here? Like, what if I hold it here? What happens? Yeah, okay. Wow, I didn't know that changes. So, yeah, if my Donkavort 111 went up against a Remac Concept 1 on a 1 mile, I would lose by 116 points. So if I move my mouse around, the numbers change. Oh, I'm just learning this Top Drives Records, you smart little website. Anyway, moving back into the game. So let me know down in the comments below. Are you happy? Do you like these kind of tri-series where it's very focused on a couple of cars, but you know, at least the pack is good. You know, we can't complain about that. Like the pack is absolutely fantastic. I mean, if I were you, I'd compete as hard as I can for the prelims and the quals to get myself those two quote-unquote free carbon fiber packs I don't need to pay for in my own gold, and just see if I get lucky from those. But yeah, anyway guys, that's gonna be it for today. Just a small little speculation video. Like I said, I've been staring at the news, I've been waiting for card corrections, but I got, you know, challenge tri-series information first, so you know, just working on what I got here. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. I'm gonna stay safe, wash your hands, and blossom out. Peace.
I bring the toast in the back and we going berserk with the guns on the rack, and we taking account to the sound of the crack. Running from us with the pop and the, cause we're making the moves and the sound of the P. Calling the shots, bitch looking at me, and we taking account to the flow in the back with the drop in the cash. You know this ain't a prank. Moving like water, talking with fire. Bounce back on the cover to mama's desire. Keep riding the flames like a man on a mission. Rejected again, but you better go listen. Pop up at Billy, run up the Billy. My face on the boards and you all gonna see me. I whip my wrist to look guys in his yachty. Flexing the club, something sincerely Louis. Hey. Yeah, hey, yeah. What you gonna think of me? I hit it from the back. My people play the kill mode, standing on attack. Cause I'm part of double sixes, all the ladies wanna do me. Haters say they wanna do me, but